All right, now to the war in the Middle East. An Israeli airstrike killed at least 17 people in southern Gaza. Smoke is seen on the Gaza skyline amid reports that the talks on a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas ended without a breakthrough. Officials had hoped for a truce to be in place in time for the start of Ramadan next week. Today, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel will do everything it can to preserve freedom of worship during the Muslim holy month. In a new interview, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem repeats his call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Cardinal Pier Battista Pizzaballa says both sides need to make compromises. The White House also remains hopeful that a truce between Israel and Hamas can be reached.
The hostage deal is in the hands of Hamas right now. Okay. Because there's been an offer, a rational offer. The Israelis have agreed to it, and waiting to see what the Hamas does.
And for analysis, we turn now to Bianca Adair, professor at the Catholic University of America and an expert on the Middle East. Dr. Adair, good to be with you again. First, tell us your thoughts on the negotiations in Cairo and what part the upcoming start of the holy month of Ramadan, what part that plays in these discussions, if at all.
Thank you, first off, for having me this evening, Tracy. And Ramadan is an interesting period of time because I've read recently most people are very concerned about Hamas's previous calls for violence during Ramadan. But I want to highlight there are really some terrific opportunities for Ramadan coming with respect to potentially the release of the hostages. If the United States will reach out and talk with Saudi Arabia and Egypt, there may be a way to talk with Hamas to have them follow what is a tradition, a Ramadan tradition of releasing hostages and releasing prisoners. And that would be a real sign of goodwill that could potentially build a little bit more trust between Israel and Hamas, as much trust as you can build in light of what happened after October 7th or during October 7th and then immediately thereafter. So Ramadan has some opportunities, and there's some hope mixed in there.
Yeah, another story that's also making headlines is the White House visit of Benny Gantz, an Israeli war cabinet member and political rival that is, of Netanyahu. Can you take us through the invitation by the Biden administration, and what's the significance here?
Well, that invitation is one that's a little bit politically dangerous. The way that the Middle East works when it comes to politics is it operates in signs and deeds. And in this case, this is a sign to Benjamin Netanyahu that the administration's not particularly happy with his leadership, and they prefer to talk to Gantz. Gantz is, as everyone knows, he is considered a war hero. He is also very close to the security establishment. So the invitation that came and the decision to talk to Gantz is a signal to Israel, specifically to Netanyahu. And it's done at a period of time that's a little bit dangerous by virtue of the fact that there's a lot of questions about what's going on in Gaza and the current push into Rafah by the Israeli forces. So that decision to invite him had to have been done intentionally to send that signal, because you have many people in the administration that have been working in the Middle East for quite some time. But it is one where the United States has to be a little bit careful. Netanyahu, one cannot count him out. He has often come back when no one thought he would in periods of time leading to his leadership now. So Gantz, while he is a good leader and certainly has promise and is polling very high in Israel, the U.S. has to be careful not to meddle too much in the politics of the only democracy in the Middle East.
Yeah, and finally, before I let you go, where do you see, or do you see an end in sight anytime soon when it comes to the Israel-Hamas war? And do you think an agreement can be reached soon?
To be honest, I don't see an end in sight. And the reason is Israel is dealing and having the worst type of opponent, and that is a terrorist organization that infused itself into the entirety of the Palestinian society. So that means that Israel truly has to eradicate it. And Israel needs its allies, the United States included, behind it to be able to do its job while trying to protect Palestinians. And those two things are so difficult right now. It seems unlikely to me that that war is going to end anytime soon.
Well, Dr. Adair, always good to be with you and get your insights. We appreciate it. God bless.
God bless you too. Thank you, Tracy.